Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be walking you through my favourite Nike running shoe rotation that I use every week during my runs.
That's a running roll, record, and he takes the win.
So first up is the Nike Pegasus 39. This is probably my favourite trainer that I've ever worn. I've literally worn every single Pegasus model since the first Pegasus in 2018. I think I got my first ever pair of Nike Pegasus, and I've literally been wearing them since, and they've never done me wrong. I've never got an injury from them, but when I wear Hokas I get injuries, which is really strange. But anyway, so Nike Pegasus 37, the trainer that I basically use on all of my easy runs is this shoe, and I also use it on my speed sessions. This is because it's actually got really good contact with the ground. The height from here, I'm not really sure what that's called. The drop height is like not too big, so you can really feel the ground, and it reacts well. I don't really find any problems with like I don't bounce too much on the track with these. So it's just a pretty good shoe for speed work, as well as just some easy runs around the country roads. So I definitely suggest, if you're looking to buy one shoe to do it all, you could even race in these. These are probably literally the greatest shoe for anyone that's starting out and looking to be able to run. And I picked this up for about £50. You can get it at any Nike outlet. So there's one in London that I know of, and also one in Ashford in Kent as well. And you can definitely get a pair of the Nike Pegasus from there. They're really cheap, and it's just worth doing it. I'm a neutral foot, so obviously if you need some more stability around your ankle or something, then I wouldn't go for the Pegasus, but yeah, that's just me. And then my second shoe that I use quite a lot, I use this on long runs as well as when I'm doing a double day. So if I've done a speed session in the morning and I'm doing an easy run in the evening, I will also use this shoe. This shoe is the Nike ZoomX Invincible run. It's just literally the best shoe I've ever run in. It's so spongy and soft because it's got the ZoomX foam throughout the shoe. It's got no carbon plate or anything in, and it literally just feels like you're running on a sponge pretty much the whole time. But it's not energy sapping either, because it's built of the ZoomX foam. It really reacts quite well to the ground, and really sends you forwards thanks to this huge heel that you got here. So you get quite a good rolling motion on these. So I literally went from wearing my Pegasus on long runs to now wearing these, and I've got to say, when your legs have got all the mileage in from the week and you need to go out on a 15-mile long run or something like that, then definitely wearing these really helps, keeps you bouncing along on the roads. So the next shoe that I use from anything between 3k to 10k is the Vaporfly Next Percent 2s. Yes, they are pretty muddy, not as clean as the other two pairs, but this is just a great all-round shoe. It's got a carbon plate in the shoe here, and it's also made of the Nike ZoomX foam. And I've just got to say, pretty much it's a solid shoe. There's no bend in it really, and pretty much most Vaporfly, anything with the Next Percent in, is a great shoe to pretty much help you with speed. So I only race in these. I don't do any speed sessions in these, and that is pretty much because I don't want to wear them out too much. I want to get the most mileage I can during a race situation in these. So yeah, that's my my kind of low mileage racing shoe. Okay, so the next shoe on my list in my rotation is the Alphafly ones. These Nike Alphaflys are pretty much the best shoe for longer distance, so I wear these when I race half marathons, and I also wore this when I did my marathon as well. And pretty much they're very similar to how the Vaporfly works, but they've got this air pod here to basically ensure that you're getting really good PSI reaction and lift off, and obviously the heel drop is massive. If you compare it to the Vaporfly here, the Alphafly obviously has a much bigger heel to help propel you forward. This is, again, all of these shoes are neutral shoes, so it's definitely something to keep in mind of when you're looking to buy a new shoe. But if you look on the bottom here, I've only worn these in a few races and they're not really showing much sign of wear and tear, which is really good. So it means I can use them in more longer races, and I'll definitely be using these when I race the Cambridge Half Marathon this year. So the final shoe in my rotation is the Nike Tempo Next Percents. So these shoes are pretty much my tempo running shoe. If you look at the Alphafly in comparison, they look very similar in design, but the only difference is pretty much in the Tempo Next Percents there's no carbon plate. So they're a lot more of a spongy shoe, but they're still really, as you see, try to bend this, there's a bit of bend, but they're still actually really rigid. And this is good because pretty much the carbon plate, I find personally is like, it's good, but I can feel the impact a bit more wearing a carbon plated shoe. But one without it, like this one, you can't really feel that impact as much. And I would say like the way that it's designed as well really kind of gives you the same amount of lift onto your forefoot like the Alphafly would too. So if you're looking for like a cheaper substitute, if you can't afford the Alphaflies, it's definitely worth considering the Nike Tempo Next Percents, because not only can you wear these in speed sessions, but they're also really good in races. I think I've raced about 2 or 3 half marathons in these and never had a problem. On the first time I even wore these shoes, I ran a 1:21 half marathon, and the second time I ran a 1:19. So it's definitely worth wearing these for training and also racing as well. So that is my weekly shoe rotation. But I do have one more bonus feature for all of you cross-country and track runners out there. So probably like quite a lot of the population, I've actually really struggled to get a hold of a pair of Nike Dragonflies. I know I can now, but I only really like to buy my shoes at outlets because it's so much cheaper than buying them when they're not on sale or not at an outlet like in a normal shop. So my best alternative to the Nike Dragonfly is these bad boys. They're the Nike Zoom Rival cross-country edition shoes. So even though they're white, they're actually kind of keep their colour quite well. I've run a few cross-country races in them, and yes, they are a bit muddy, but they're actually a really good shoe. I haven't worn them on the track before, but we're going to see in the future whether if I get a hold of a pair of Dragonflies, then I'll definitely wear them on the track, because they're pretty much like the god tier shoe. But this type of cross-country spike is quite interesting because it does have pretty much like the Dragonfly. It's got this like layer of sponge, which really, even though like it's pretty much, you can tell it's like a racing flat shoe, it's more like a racing flat than your traditional like plasticky spike. So these come in actually pretty cheap. I think I picked them up for about £30 online. So these are definitely a great alternative to the Dragonfly. I've never worn a pair of Dragonfly, so I'm not like the best qualified to tell you what's better or not. But yeah, I definitely suggest picking up a pair if you're thinking of doing a cross-country season or even a track season. I'm going to be racing in these in a cross-country race in a few weeks' time. So I think we'll see how they stack up against quite a lot of other people's shoes. Yeah. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed that video. It was just a quick kind of overview of what trainers I wear throughout the week. If you have any questions about the shoes, please make sure to put a comment in the comment section below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more running content. See you next time. Bye.